My mission is to make music production and entrepreneurship more accessible to more people. The best way to make products, in my opinion, is to give people what they want and or need. And sometimes all you have to do is listen. Finneas commented on it.
No way.
Yeah, and he was like, damn. When I get a video with like a lot of hate comments, I'm like, oh, this is a good day. Here's a super cool Logic Pro tip.
On today's episode of the One More Time podcast, we sat down with our good friend SEIDS. No, it's not pronounced SEIDS. We found her posting tips for Apple's Logic Pro software, but we realized that she had mastered the art of building community and getting paid clients using social media. Once she stopped posting for views and started posting for her goals, things started to skyrocket. She had a goal to work with music tech companies, specifically Apple. She's now worked with Apple, as well as pretty much every music tech company that you can think of, and I'm not even really exaggerating that. This episode is chock full of marketing and productivity gems for any creative that wants to turn their passion into a bona fide business. Let's get into it right.
We went on a live together and you're like, do you want to play a game? And I'm like, a game?
What did we do?
This sounds...
I don't remember this.
And you were like, yeah, you're like, it's really cool. We can get a lot of tips this way. And remember we had to like get people to vote for us. And then like, you're like, you're totally going to win. You're like,
oh, it's the TikTok, it's the battles.
Press the button.
Yeah, we did a battle.
Press the button. And then
we did a TikTok battle.
Playback Ben was there and Playback Ben was like getting you all the votes. And he's like, oh, that's my manager.
You better vote for me. Yeah, you remember battles on TikTok?
This is back when I managed Henry.
This is when you go on TikTok, you do battles against people that are similar to you, and you get people to send gifts so that you win the battle. It's a stupid way to like promote people to send you money, basically. But yeah, I think it worked for us, actually.
Yeah,
we might have gotten 0.003 cents.
Yeah, I at least could buy a McDouble with that for sure.
All right, so she's in town, straight from New York City. She was at a private Apple event. Like when you heard that, Henry.
Jealousy. I went to jealousy.
Okay. Sure. Immediately jealous.
Why wasn't I invited?
Exactly. You got to post some Logic Pro tips.
Yeah,
I know.
For sure. So, obviously you're the poster child of Logic Pro at this point. What can you share from your like time spent in New York? Anything?
Yeah, I don't know what I can share. Actually, I signed like a very strict NDA.
This is good.
I can share what other people have posted. They've posted videos of like what's coming, which we already know. They already announced what's coming, which is a new iPad, a new iPad Pen, a new Logic Pro, new Final Cut. I will say it's a really good update. I'm super excited. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like it because there's a lot of people that they don't want to see the advance of technology for the little people, they're the people that like practice guitar. Yeah, they practice guitar 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. So God forbid there's a machine that helps people make music because it will take away from all the hours that they spent making music.
This is such an interesting topic.
It's like the farmer that denied the tractor.
Yeah.
It's like the tractor's not going anywhere, bud.
Yeah, I still want to cut grass one by one with my scissors.
Just get real,
No, but honestly, like there's so many purists out there. I would refer to those people as purists, I guess. Is that like a fair...
Delusional.
I've bottled it down to a Threads post, which did interesting.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I said, if you are a music elitist because you practice your instrument for hours every day over the time span of many years, you have earned that title. I respect you for your discipline and skill. But.
I knew a but was coming, bro. The biggest of butts.
But you still don't have to be a jerk. Music creation is undeniably always for everyone. From people playing spoons to writing music with GarageBand and samples to using ethical AI tools.
Come on, Johnson fucking
I didn't know if that was the end of it. I didn't know if that was
No, it's not done yet. It's not done yet.
I told
you. But you looked at him for some...
Yeah. People are allowed to love and support music that you don't think is worthy.
I wanna just... Oh man, look at the formatting too. She's the goat, bro.
Screenshot it.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I will. So you called them elitists. I thought purist was a nicer elitist.
No, but
crazy.
because I saw a post of somebody that I actually really, really respect and admire, and they're a super cool dude, and not in a bad way elitist, but in a good way elitist. He's like, I've earned this title. Like, I've practiced so much. I've toured. I've put in the reps to earn that title. It's not a diss if you call me an elitist from my point of view. And you're allowed to have your opinions on your own page. Like, that might be your goal of your channel, is to make music more elitist again in an encouraging way. Like, practice your instrument, save money for the $80,000 monitors. That's not my channel. Like, my channel isn't for pros necessarily. Everyone's welcome. But my channel is about making music production and entrepreneurship more accessible to more people. So instead of going home and watching Netflix for 8 hours, you can make a beat. You don't have to sell the beat. You don't have to make money off the beat. You don't have to show anyone the beat. It could just be like something to do. Like, why? So many other crafts are like that. Like, with pottery, you're not like, I'm going to make a pot so I can sell it. Some people are, but some people are like, I'm just going to make a pot.
Some people love the game.
Yeah.
Can we just go back to loving the game?
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously our channel is for people that necessarily
are not about just the game. They want to make this.
We want to sell some motherfucking pots in this.
Yeah, but no, it's a good thing to explain though, because those people, their audience could still be normal people that are interested in what they're doing, but don't want to be pros.
Yeah, you know who I think about? Jay Black. He's had a lot of people that just want to do finger drumming as literally a creative outlet, just to like blow some steam off, be creative, be inspired. They're not trying to become the next big finger drummer or, YouTuber that does finger drumming. Yeah. They're not trying to do any of that shit. They're literally just trying to have some fucking fun. Yeah. And instead of, spending hours doing other things like watching TV, watching Netflix, whatever it is, they want to spend it doing finger drumming.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually fucking cool.
I think
it's cool.
And that's where, we try to not discourage those people on our channel, but we do also try and have them go elsewhere if they aren't necessarily loving some of the commercial aspects of what we talk about, because we are obviously typically talking about business related topics that relate to the music industry.
If you hear us say oh, maybe you should shorten your intro so people get to the song quicker, they're immediately like, oh no, fuck these guys. Fuck these guys.
Yeah,
it's over with.
But no, so you just dropped an ebook and a crash course on basically, it seems like it's somewhat of a culmination of all the different types of content you've been making over the last several years.
Yeah.
Right? I guess explain what it is that people could expect from the ebook and the course.
Yeah.
And why it's something that is worthwhile, right?
The best way to make products, in my opinion, is to give people what they want and or need. And sometimes all you have to do is listen. So my goal was to work with Apple. That was really my goal with content creation from the start. So it was how do I get their attention? So I was making, here's a cool Logic Pro tip, or things you didn't know you can do in Logic Pro, right? So I was doing that for 3 years, and then everyone was asking me oh my God, please make a book of all your tips. And I really didn't want to do it because it's a lot of work, right?
Because it's hard.
Yeah, because it's so hard. And I had to I had to read all of the guides, which are, by the way, thousands of pages long. Then had to pick out ones that were really good tips, organize them all. I designed the whole book in Canva myself. Then I recorded all the tips, and I didn't want it to be an 8-hour video on Logic Pro, because there is all that already. There are those long courses already. I wanted to be strictly a crash course. Same thing as, I wanted it to feel on 2-speed, that you can actually slow the videos down if you need to, because you have the book there. But you are a seasoned producer. You don't want to be watching an 8-hour Logic Pro course.
I would put it on 2X.
Yeah, you'd put it on 2X or not watch it, right? Let's be real.
Yeah.
So
you ain't watching that 8 hours.
Yeah, so I wanted it to be okay, this is short videos, you can click on the section in the book, pull up that video. So I just wanted it to be for new people and for seasoned producers, and I built it, and it's not very expensive.
How long did it take?
It kind of took 3 years, short, the long answer, because
but that's because you were making content that you
I was reading. From? No, I was researching Logic Pro for all that time.
You were becoming an
expert.
Yeah, exactly. You were putting your 10,000 hours in for Logic Pro.
Yeah, there's so much to learn within Logic Pro, more than, I don't know the other DAWs, but I work with my boyfriend who's on Studio One, and that one I feel doesn't have.
Yay, Apple.
4 thumbs down.
No, they're all great DAWs.
Okay. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah. Studio One, if you want to sponsor us, we are open to
PreSonus.
Nah, Apple or bust.
PreSonus call us.
I mean, it's a great DAW. Me and Ethan have our little battles about it, but I just feel Apple is so cool because they're always trying to like outdo themselves, which all the dolls are, but like they're always trying to outdo themselves. So they've invested so much and it's been around for so long, really. So there's just so much to learn. So it took me so long to learn it all and then read all the manuals and then concise it all into like a small thing. And I was just trying to organize it in the best way. And I'm still like fixing it every single time. And I give everybody free updates, by the way. So like it's a one-time purchase and then they get the free.
She's doing the Lord's work, folks. But no. Okay, so.
No, but genuinely, I wish there was a crash course in every like software because I don't want to do the same thing for Final Cut Pro. I just don't. I don't have the same passion for it. And I wish I had a crash course of like how to do everything. Like, I think that would be sick. So if you guys are super knowledgeable in your program, or whatever,
exactly.
like make a crash course and sell it because people will buy it. There's been a bajillion Logic Pro courses, but like come up with something at least somewhat of your own or something that isn't on the market right now, like something else different, you know?
And for reference, can you share like how many people have bought this course? Like how successful is it?
Well, I am proud of it because
you don't have to share like dollars, but
so I think over 3,500 people have bought it.
Come on, man.
And I did it all through social media, no paid ads.
Organic.
Fucking go.
Organic.
That was actually like the hardest thing I've ever did. And now I'm working on another one, which is how to work with music tech companies. And that one's even harder because like there's more to it. And I didn't want to sell anything until I can like prove that it worked. So I'm using Ethan, my boyfriend, as a guinea pig. And actually his first video got 14,000 views and Presonus like liked it and commented on it. And they're going to like talk.
He's drawing them in.
Because we talked about earlier how there's so many like amateur producers now, just amateur people. So it's a huge market. So there's so many music tech companies popping up left and right, and they need people to make videos for them and they need people to push their products. So it's a really big opportunity for music creators right now to make money. I mean, that's really how I just started doing my own products, but I was really working with music tech companies for the past 3 years, like making content for them.
All of them.
Yeah, not all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh,
your favorite ones.
The list is crazy.
Yeah, your favorite ones for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Henry here. Sorry to interrupt this podcast, but there is something I have to address. As many of you know here at One More Time, we love doing live music reviews. We love hearing the music from our community and providing helpful feedback that is hopefully helping you further your career. But if there's one piece of advice that we are tired of giving, it's that your master is too quiet. We shouldn't have to turn up the volume for your song just to have to turn it back down for the next song. That's not good.
But Henry, good mastering engineers are so hard to find and so expensive.
Enter DistroKid's newest tool called Mixia. I master music myself, and while I don't think AI mastering will ever replace the quality you get from an experienced human mastering engineer, it's pretty damn good. And if you already distribute through DistroKid, you can now master unlimited tracks using Mixia. And if you don't, we have a link right here. You can sign up for DistroKid with 30% off, upload unlimited music yearly for an insanely cheap price. Humans perceive louder as better. It's dumb, but it's true. Use Mixia for a clean master and you won't sound weak on that playlist. Let's get back to the episode.
So prior to all of this happening, you were a singer, you were ramping up to be in a band that's performing on cruise ships.
Yeah.
And then pandemic hits and world completely like gets, turned upside down, and specifically SEIDS' world also gets turned upside down because ain't nobody going on cruises when, 2020 rolls around.
Yeah.
Right. So like, is that when you started producing? Like, had you even produced prior to that?
That's why. Okay, so I know people think like courses can be really lame because a lot of them are lame. Like they're
not yours,
not mine. Because they're selling courses for like $500 on topics that you can very clearly get like on YouTube for free, right? But I was served a course on Facebook while I was sitting at home with my dog, and it said, learn how to produce in 30 days. And I was like, this is so whack. I went to Berkeley. I didn't learn how to produce. I'm not going to produce in 30 days when it's like course. But I clicked on it because I was like, what the heck? And it was on sale. It was $75.
Ooh.
And that course and posting on TikTok changed my life.
Wow.
So now I want to make courses, which is why I'm doing the How to Work with Music Tech course. Like my goal is like to change somebody's life with a course.
To do what they did for you.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you told this company?
Yeah, who made that
So
original
they
course?
Do you actually still rock with them?
Well, they changed. They had like a whole rebranding. I don't think there used to be Learn Monthly,
Okay.
and now they're like something else. They actually reached out to me to make courses, which is a full circle moment.
That's amazing. No, that's
I didn't do it with them.
You're like, I'll do it for free.
She said no.
No, but actually,
I would have done it for free.
the guy that made the course, which is Blanks, I don't remember. I like commented something. I was like, by the way, like your course changed my career. He's like an actual like artist guy. He's great.
That's crazy full circle for sure.
Yeah, crazy full circle.
So when you first started producing though, right? Like we did the 30 days course. We're a producer.
Yeah.
We know how to produce.
Yeah,
now.
it was even more full circle because the first things I bought was Splice and then Focusrite.
Who you've worked with.
Yeah. But Focusrite was even crazier because I like probably when we met, I really wasn't doing brand deals yet. Like I was just building my page because I knew or I was told that the longer you wait to monetize, the better. I was really in a position where I didn't really have to focus on monetizing because I was with my ex-boyfriend and he was paying for everything.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah,
But now
it
it's
didn't work out.
important.
Yeah, but then like we broke up. We broke
She
up.
was like, "Hey, y'all still offering that deal or what's
Well,
that?"
no, like I was literally turning down everything because it'd be like $75 or like $50, like not really enough to like be like, I need this anyways. Like, so then I was like, okay, like shit hit the fan. I was like, universe, I need to monetize like ASAP because I had to. And then like 2 days later, Focusrite called and was like, we want you on our commercial. We're bringing a crew from LA in. We're paying very well. And we're going to come to your house and film a whole segment. And I was like, damn.
That's crazy. But so like when you started producing though, were you going to take the traditional route of like, I want to learn how to produce for either yourself as an artist or for other artists? Like what was the vision as a producer, right?
Yeah, good question. So when I first started producing, I remembered myself, I was hiring producers like years ago and they were doing like kind of whack jobs. So then once I learned how to produce, I was like, I can do this and I can sell this to artists and like get artists to hire me.
So you did want to work with artists.
I did want to work with artists and then I worked with one artist and I was immediately like, nope.
Turned off.
That's not it.
Shout out to that person who actually once again changed your life as well. Because,
they did. Yeah, they did.
Because if they would have been like a joy to work with, you might have just gone down the rabbit hole.
It wasn't that they weren't a joy. I just learned that it didn't actually have anything to do with them. It was more me. Like I learned that I want to be the captain of my ship. Like I don't want to make any type of music other than what I want to make. Working with music tech companies was like the perfect loophole because in those videos, which they need original music, it could be whatever I want to do. Nobody has ever told me like, oh, your song was bad. Oh, we need a different song vibe. Even for sample packs or whatever, they've all just let me do my own thing.
Damn.
Which is like a dream because I realized I did the soul searching and I was like, my favorite part about doing music is the creating aspect. You know, like we were working on a little beat today. Like that was fun. Like that's the best part. I don't care if people like it or don't like it. I just liked doing it.
It sounds paradoxical, right? Because it's like, obviously you are a producer and most creatives want people to like the stuff that they're creating.
And that's why it's really,
I feel like they're sensitive a lot of times.
Well,
you
that's
know?
why it's really important to do the soul searching because if you want people to like your music, that comes with so much more, right? Like you have to go on tour, you have to make fans, you have to, push your music. Like that has to be the sacrifice you make to get what you want. Like Taylor Swift said it best. She's like, you have to love music so much that you're willing to do those meetings, that you're willing to do all the marketing plans, that you're willing to do all of the boring stuff that you want to do in order to make music for your fans.
Ooh, that one, that's bars.
Swizzle.
But I was like, how can I find the loophole here?
Dude, that's
you know what I mean? Because I was like, I don't want to go on tour. I would never want to go on tour. Like, I don't even like performing anymore. I don't want to wear makeup. I don't want to dress up. I don't want to get critiqued about my music. I just want to make it. And I get to make it every day.
For sure. And so then how did the content situation enter the mix, right? Like, so you're starting to learn how to produce. Had you already been comfortable creating content and then you just shifted, or like how did that actually come together?
Yeah, I got really lucky because like the universe, like I'm really big into like the universe, but the universe like took away all my jobs, right? And then I moved to Vegas and I had no friends, and TikTok was new, so like nobody I knew was on there. It was a very comfortable place to like just post whatever. And I was just posting a creation of the day just to like hold myself accountable. It was actually awesome because I was learning how to produce, and if I was troubleshooting, I would just go live and somebody would know the answer.
But what was the goal?
At that point, it was just to learn how to produce.
That's it.
And then I very quickly figured out, like maybe like a month into moving to Vegas, I was like, I want to work with music tech companies, specifically Apple. So then that's when I really learned marketing. I'm like, okay, how do I get them to come to me? What can I post to get them? Because what am I going to do? Hey, I'm Size. Can I work with you? Like, who do you even email at Apple?
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're going to come to me. And then I started posting like, here's a cool Logic Pro tip. Things you didn't know you can do in Logic. Or like, this is how you can write a bass line if you don't know how to write a bass line.
What was the first video that actually smacked?
So
like,
the first video,
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, nothing after like super smacked because it's Logic Pro. There's not that many people that care about it. But I mean, it never got like 1 million views.
You just showed me a video that got 1 million views.
Yeah, that was later. That took 3 years.
Okay, sure. But
Yeah.
but like, we had this whole thing like viral for me.
Yeah, viral for me.
Exactly.
So yeah, so like my first video was Control X, which is strip silence.
Yes.
You know that.
Oh.
Finneas commented on it.
No way.
Yeah, and he was like, damn.
You taught Finneas strip silence?
I guess so.
Because he uses Logic.
Yeah.
I know he uses Logic.
Yeah. It was epic.
Dude, shout out to Finneas. He's tapping
Yeah.
in.
There's like Fred Durst used to come to my lives.
Fire.
He followed you.
He did
Andy
on
Grammer.
TikTok.
Durst is tapped the
Yeah.
fuck in, bro.
On
Yeah.
TikTok, yeah, he's there. Andy Grammer. I don't know. Some cool people have. There's lots of cool people.
Okay, so you have this video that's you giving a thing you learned, and
Yeah.
it pops off a little bit for you.
Yeah, it was actually like, for me, I'm like also a big fan of like killing 17 birds with one stone. So I'm like, okay, I'm learning Logic Pro. I'm learning how to produce. Why not just make videos about what I'm learning? And it's like a digital notebook.
Yes.
And I even
It's like a
refer
diary.
I refer back to my own tips when I
Yeah.
forget how to do it.
You literally told us
Yeah.
that you Googled how to do something.
Yeah.
And
And your
found
fucking video
Your own
came
video
up.
on how to do
Yeah.
it.
And she watched it.
That's amazing.
So it's like, okay, if this video gets 0 views, I learned something new. I was able to reinforce the idea, hopefully, and I can refer back to it.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And it also didn't get 0 views.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's just icing on the cake, apparently.
But like anybody can be doing this, right? If you're like, okay, I want to write a song a day, just videotape yourself writing a song a day. Like all you have to do is just document your process.
Do you think documentation in content creation is a formula that works a lot?
Yeah, 100%.
It is,
I mean, you
right?
still have to come up with like a cool way to do it. I wasn't
Sure.
like, here's something I learned today. I was just like, here's a cool Logic Pro tip. Right.
You format it.
Yeah, I formatted it. You come up with a segment in content and then you can use it over and over again. And I think that's where people get messed up because they don't land on a segment and then they can't pop off, or they just stick with one segment for too long and then they don't pivot.
And the great thing about documenting versus creating is your ideas are literally just what you're doing every day.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
100%.
That's your idea.
Like I am a singer for most of my career, but I didn't want to post about singing because 1, I wasn't doing it, and 2, I was over it. You know, like if I was younger, I might have done, here's the run of the day, you know, and I would show myself doing a run. But now I could care less about that. So you might as well post about what you're passionate about and or what you're doing, and then you just figure out a cool and entertaining way, either entertaining, inspiring, or educational way to post it.
What's the work look like? Just for the like, what's your week look like? Like, talk to the people about like when you wake up. What are we doing?
Okay, well,
You're a productivity beast.
I wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow,
You already lost me.
he's not even asleep yet. He texted me at 4:30 last
Well,
night.
sometimes I'll wake up at like 6 or like a little bit later, but like, yeah, I wake up, so I follow my MMMM
Okay.
mythology.
Whoa, okay, I didn't even know I was about to get a gem right now.
Let's get this.
Let's go.
Okay,
The 4 M's.
Because if I don't fill each of these buckets, then I suffer. One way or another, I suffer. So I spend a minimum every day on mindset, which could be like working out, eating healthy, meditation, going on a walk, music. Always have to create music, 90 minutes. So that could be like working on a song, starting a song, mixing a song, like whatever, just my own project. 90 minutes on marketing. That's like making new videos, commenting, thinking about new video ideas, whatever marketing, my email marketing. And then
Can I guess the last one?
Yeah.
Is it me time?
No, money.
Oh,
Fuck your me time. We're getting to the moolah.
Yeah,
bag,
because-
baby.
Yeah, because so many
That was
musicians.
cute. That was cute and all, Henry.
Thought I was doing something.
No,
She did something, bro.
because so many musicians don't have money because they.
Say it again.
Well, all of them basically. Yeah.
Wait, there's some that have money?
No, there's a
Musicians
lot.
make money.
There
Yeah,
are artists
they-
that have money.
We haven't figured that out.
They
yet.
miss. Yeah, so you have to spend, and then this could be like where your 9 to 5 is, or whatever is less. You know, whatever you do. Like, so that's my client work. You know, reaching out to clients, my budgeting, all of that realm falls into that. So
you do that at night? That's your last? Or
I mean,
do
it
these
doesn't
move
matter.
around?
Yeah, they move around.
Okay,
more
I
or
didn't know if
less.
it was like a...
They're not in order, Ben.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, because like sometimes I'll have like if I'm meeting with a client in Europe or whatever, I have to wake up early or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I do, like a minimum of 90 minutes. I mean, it's only, if you add that up, that's like 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah, and I think if you can commit to that every day you're working, that will be enough.
6 hour work days.
I mean, no.
If it's
Like I do
focused, though.
more.
If it's
but I'm just
focused.
saying a minimum,
but-
a minimum of those buckets.
Yeah,
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like if you're really focused on 90 minutes each of those buckets.
At what point did you implement the 4 M's?
It was kind of one of those things that I realized I was doing it, but so many people had asked me your question.
Okay.
And then I was like,
it's just a basic ass question.
no, it's not basic.
She's like, I've heard this before.
No, it's a good question because, you know, when you're your own boss, it's like, how do you organize your day? I think
hard.
I think a lot of people think that I'm not doing music, or a lot of people think like I'm just chilling. You never know, like what people think I'm doing.
Chilling is not, would never cross my, you don't chill. You have no chill.
Yeah. But
That's hard for you, right?
well, that's the mindset part.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
there was one summer I skipped that. I just worked. And then I got super sick. Like my whole right side of my body had pins and needles. And I was like, never again.
Damn.
I have to make sure I do Pilates or go on a walk or do that stuff, or I'll be ill. And if you don't have, I was speaking to a friend and I was like, I have to work. Like, I'm just starting to make money. I don't know how long it's going to last. And she's like, but if you don't have your health, like,
It's not going to last.
yeah. And then it took me like for her to say that to me, like, oh, like,
Oh, I mean, I remember.
obviously.
Yeah.
And then the same with music. Like if I'm just focused on marketing and money, one, I feel like a fraud, and two, I'm not learning and I'm not able to do my job well because I'm not immersed in the community also and the products and everything.
So you're making the content, stuff starts to work. Like, you know, you have a format that starts to maybe work. At what point did you have like an aha moment though, when it came to the approach of like, you're just huge on making content to get the exact result that you're looking for. And I think if you can like explain your mindset when making, because even off camera, we were like getting into it about like why you don't like certain things on your page, because it's like everything you post is XYZ. So can you just break it down for people so that they can maybe apply it to what it is that they're doing?
Yeah. So the way I learned everything is by trying to teach it to people. Like teaching is the best way to learn how to explain things. So people are always asking me things and my goal is to help people. So I'm like, all right, how do I break it down? So if you want to be strategic with your content, which I am, I post for my goals, not for my views. So
say it again.
I post for my goals, not the views.
Let's go. We're just in such a like metrics centric thing.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks metrics mean views and it's just not the case.
And that's the problem, because I'll have people that have more followers than me, better engagement than me, and making significantly less money than me.
Oh,
the last part though, last part.
that's what ties it all together.
Yeah, because
She's
they're
got
not,
the M, the 4 M's.
yeah, well, they're not posting for
They're not worried about the money.
Is this our new gang sign?
Okay. All right.
Money gang.
But yeah, so the best way to be strategic is to decide what your goal is, right? So my goal was to work with music tech companies, specifically Apple. And then who are the people that support that goal, right? So obviously Apple, other music tech companies, people who like Apple products, music producers, singer-songwriters that want to produce. Apple is a really accessible program. You know, Logic is an accessible program. Okay, and then third is what kind of content would they like to see? And then that's all I post, right? So you won't see me posting a picture on vacation unless my Logic Pro is open on the beach.
Yeah.
Like, you won't see me post a picture of my dog unless he's in the studio with headphones on or whatever, you know?
Yes.
I love those. I'm not going to lie. Those always crack me up where your little Frenchie is.
Yeah.
Just
Writing some bars.
This shit hard. This shit hard.
And then I just try to like diversify my content buckets. I mean, I'm like I'm a social media nerd, marketing nerd, really. Like I can talk about that for hours.
Do you have artists that hire you or join your classes, or is it mainly producers?
I think it's a diverse crew. I mean, obviously it's a lot of producers because I post Logic Pro stuff and like a lot of them wouldn't understand, but I do try to make like content for people trying to learn how to produce, right? Like I do a lot of content like that.
Yeah. So just off the cuff here, and if you don't have enough, I guess, thoughts here, that's fine. But for an artist, in my mind, I'm assuming their goals are almost always to either like, serve existing fans and have their existing fan base, do something, AKA listen to their newest song, buy their newest merch, go to their tour, etc. Or it's to acquire new fans, right? So I would say those are probably the goals.
Yeah.
Any ideas on like ways that you see artists doing the whole like approach that you're taking, doing that well?
I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's for sure that way. So like what I would recommend to artists would be, one, what do you want to do? But like be really specific about it. So like I want to play Coachella, right? Or I want to open up for, someone that they could reasonably open up for, right? Yeah. Like make a specific goal, like very specific, and then you can work back towards it. It's kind of having a plan. So then 2, I would say, what's your mission statement? I do believe artists should have a mission statement that's kind of a selfless goal, like a selfless thing that you give to your fans or clients. So it could be something as like, I want my fans to be in a euphoric place and forget about all their troubles. I don't know. Something that like makes sense to them, right? Like,
do you have a mission statement?
Yeah. I told you guys already. My mission is to make music production and entrepreneurship more accessible to more people.
It sounds like a Fortune 500 company's mission statement.
Someone got paid a lot of money to come up with that.
If you guys look at every single thing I post, it aligns with that. Yeah. If you look at every single brand I work with, it aligns with that.
Yes.
Like that's why I work with ethical AI, right? Because ultimately that is making music more accessible to more people.
100%.
So you wouldn't see me post about $60,000 monitors. You won't see me post about, fashion.
Thank God.
You won't see me post, like, you guys should see my email. Like, somebody reached out to me to post about a vacuum. Somebody's reached out to me to post about like a bike machine. You wouldn't believe it. I only post about music production or music business. Okay, so that should be for them. Then step 3 is, who are the people that support your goal? And like really, really define it, right? Define where they're hanging out. What platforms are they on? What do they look like? Where do they shop? Like a Boy Genius fan is going to look a lot different than a Kanye West fan. Get to know these people. Immerse yourselves in these communities. Step 4 is, how are you going to reach them? There's lots of ways to market yourself. Obviously, my favorite is social media because it's free. And if you put out the right bait for the right fishes, they all come to you, right? But let's say you don't like social media. Okay, you can do paid marketing, which if you have money, that works. If you spend $1, you should be making $4 back. But it's a lot harder and you still need to have good content. So it's easier to test it out on social media before you pay for the content.
Yes.
2 is networking. If you guys are really social and you can afford to live in a place like New York and LA, like do it, because people are ultimately going to want to work with their friends. And then the last way is outreach, which is more or less spamming. It does work if you do it correctly. But again, a lot of rejection, a lot of rejection.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last question they have to ask.
Those are so important, guys.
Yeah.
Huge.
Those are so important.
The last question you have to answer is, how are these people going to support you, right? Because even if you have 1 million fans, you still have to figure out a way for them to support you. And we were talking about this earlier, but like, why does Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, and so many more have makeup lines?
Because music don't pay shit.
And not as much as makeup lines. Good ones anyway.
Like, because they make products, like make things your fans or clients want. And you can get super creative about this. Like, let's say you're a jazz musician and you have very cool jazz fans and you've made an album. What if you made a digital download of like a recipe book, and they make a meal like a penny alla vodka that they're supposed to eat and listen at the same time as one of your songs.
Yes.
And they're talking about like taste and sound, the combination of taste and sound.
Yes.
And you could sell that.
Did you pitch this to some jazz musician?
No, I just came up with
Why is
this.
that off the dome right now?
It's great.
No, I've thought of these because I'm trying to like teach people how you can think outside of the box.
So you have some jazz musicians.
No, and then another one I thought of was, what if you're like a hipster musician and you have cool hipster fans, and you have them subscribe to a monthly letter where you mail them a Polaroid picture of yourself, a one-of-a-kind Polaroid picture, and like a handwritten note and like a feather you find on a hike.
Feather on a hike.
Some hipster shit right there.
That is some real hipster
for sure.
shit.
And they pay like
I fuck with it, though.
$20 a month, or like a true fan would do that.
And you release your music on vinyl.
And you have 1,000 people giving you $20 a month.
Yeah.
Then you can make whatever music you want.
No, it's facts. So on the social media side, obviously that's your favorite. A, it's free, and B, you can do that from your bedroom. And
you can do that anywhere
in Vegas,
and
you don't have to
everyone
be in
is
LA.
on these channels,
Everyone's
by the
on
way.
it.
Yeah, exactly. So you're obviously, once again, a consistency beast. How consistent do you recommend to your clients that they post?
Yeah, so this is always something that's changing. It's not like an evergreen thing. In the beginning, it was definitely like hit harder, faster, but it's a skill you have to learn. So the more you do it, the faster you'll get at learning how to do it. Once you land on a content format, you can do less. But recently, like, I've been doing a lot less, and definitely my numbers have going down. Like, I usually will post like every day, and then some people are like, oh, you don't need to post that much. So I tried like posting less, and it shows. So I don't know. You just got to try.
So how often do you post on average now?
I now post 5 days a week.
Okay.
But I used to post 3 to 5 times every day.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just gathering data points at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
it's like
more
if you're posting 3 to 5 times a day.
You're trying to land on a content format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many formats did you try before one hit?
Well, things will hit and then they don't hit anymore. So you're always pivoting.
So when do you cut bait?
When I feel like it.
It's just a gut. It's just a gut thing.
I'm really not an analytical person. Like, I don't.
So you're not crunching the
No.
like insights and the analytics.
Not really. No.
Wow.
No.
It's interesting. Wouldn't you?
It's almost.
You'd
it's
peg
almost,
her. You'd peg her for someone that would.
No, not really.
Really?
It's almost freeing to just have that zoomed out perspective and
Yeah,
not
because
be in the weeds.
I do it like dollar cost averaging.
Yes.
Because if you get
Gotcha.
obsessed with the numbers, first of all, I feel like I'm a slave to social media. I feel like I'm working for an algorithm that's always changing, which is depressing.
Yeah.
And degrading.
And degrading is the best word to describe it.
So I'm like, I'm just going to post every day for my goals, or however many days I decide at that given moment, and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
And I also really focus on one true new fan a day. If you just focus on one new fan, that goes a lot further.
And how do you actually? This is great. How do you actually do that? Because that sounds really great in theory,
no,
right?
because that's the mindset part of it, right? So, like, I can look at my post today, which has 50,000 views, like 100 comments, and like 99 of the comments are really good. But there's like one comment
That's been bugging her. Yeah, we talked about
that's not as good, and I've just tried to condition myself to just like laugh it off, or just kind of focus on the ones that are like, oh my God, thank you so much for this tip. Like, this helped me so much.
Yeah, but do you actually try and find the fan and be like, yep, I got my, I got John 1, 2, 3.
it's that literal.
No,
It's not that
I don't
literal,
know.
but
Yeah,
like
okay.
every day I get new followers.
Sure.
I don't obsess over it, but like if I got one new follower, then I should be happy.
Okay.
Like,
It's the
that's
mindset
idea.
more of like,
It's
who
a
was
mindset,
my fan
yeah.
today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because also it takes-
shit. I didn't know.
Any business is a mindset hurdle. Like, that's literally what I teach people. I'm like, this is 90% a mindset mastery.
Okay, so break that down. What
Yeah, you need to
what
have-
kind of?
I mean, you need to have like the unwavering determination that one, you deserve a seat at the table.
Yeah.
And two, you're worthy of it, because if you don't feel like you do, nobody else will. And you just need to have like an extreme amount of audacity. I have like an extreme amount of audacity. You guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we love you.
So yeah, but
Sure.
Love and hate
yeah. So
me.
like elaborate on that for for other artists and producers.
You honestly have to like fake confidence. People are super attracted to confidence. People aren't attracted to like weak people. I mean, look at any of these people that created these big companies like Steve Jobs or the guy from WeWork, what was his name? Adam something.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, like
that didn't play out as well. But,
that's I mean, for him it did, right?
Yeah, true.
People were like, he was all smoke and mirrors, more or less, but he was so
good
much audacity, belief in himself that people wanted to believe him.
I think the irony is that, the more you believe in yourself and the more you fake it, the more it becomes real.
Yeah.
It becomes real.
Yeah.
It's not fake once you just get in that mode, right?
Yeah. People love to comment that I'm a fake producer. I've actually had a death threat. Someone email me, be
Jesus
like,
Christ.
go die, you fake producer.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not that deep, y'all.
Literally. And then I'm like,
fall back.
Here I am on my little MIDI controller with my little interface and my little DAW making my little music. Like, get over it,
But just so, I guess generally speaking, how long did it take for you to get that thick skin when it comes to negativity online?
Okay, it took a long time because people were making 6-minute videos about me.
Ooh.
Also death threats.
Jesus.
Also videos. They'd be making up complete different narratives about me, being like, this girl is 22, just graduated Berkeley, and I'm like, I'm 30 at that time. I was like, I'm 32. I graduated in 2012. And it got to me for sure. But then I realized that the haters are genuinely a metric of success.
Yes.
Because every single time you post, the idea is to get visibility, right? So if only your fans saw you, you would get love. But when you get pushed out to new audiences, you're going to get love and you're going to get hate. And of course, the hate is going to be louder than the love. So now when I get a video with a lot of hate comments, I'm like, oh, this is a good day.
I did it. That's a clip.
That's a mindset shift.
No,
too.
because I'm like,
Clip that,
my
editor.
audience, my video is going to get 1 million views. I don't have 1 million followers, but it's getting pushed out.
Yes.
Obviously, you've had insane success working with music tech companies, right? That's your next ebook on the way is, how to work with them.
Yeah.
When that ebook drops, just give us a little bit of,
I don't think it'll be an ebook. I think it'll be a course.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. When the course drops on how to work with music tech companies, what are some things that people can expect to learn, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just give us some of the cliff notes of what you've learned in your experience. Cause I was even working with you for a little bit and you were working with a lot of companies and you're getting a lot of different offers. So
I'm going to teach you, first of all the different types of work you can do in the music tech with the music tech companies. There's a lot, so much, ranging from doing sample packs to making videos to organizing these people that are doing these things to making presets to training their AI. I don't think people realize how much money there is to be made in this field. Then I'm going to also talk about how to run your own business, because ultimately you are your own business. So how you negotiate, how you collect payments, how you set up all your bank accounts, all of that. Also going to go a lot more into content creation and building up channels for specifically working with music tech, because there's a very specific formula that I'm going to be giving you. Basically, the idea of the course is that if you follow it and you put in the work, you will make money. You will make a living doing it. It's going to be it's going to be like the handbook.
So what are they looking for when they work with you, right?
I mean, it depends, right?
What are the metrics or some examples?
Yeah, so it depends. Because if you think about it, they always need content, right? So let's say there was before social media, right? They were making a commercial. They would need a space to record in. They would need a copy of what that's going to happen. They would need music, probably. Then they would need people in the video. Then they need a crew to film it. Then they need a director. Then they need someone to edit it. So all of that. So you're doing all of that as your one person. So you can do that without even having a channel and still charge them $500 and they'd still be getting a royally good deal. Because you're just doing all of those jobs from your own studio that they don't have to pay for. They don't have to pay for food. They don't have to pay for insurance, all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be teaching people that. Obviously, when they're tapping into your congregation of people that you've created that are ready, depending on what kind of company you want to work with, then they charge a surplus for that. Mm-hmm. So I have 2 separate rates, a video for their channel and then videos for my own channel.
And is it typically just pay for one video, pay for two? You know
I mean, it depends what you want. I prefer to have longer partnerships because it's better for everyone, to have some regularity. So I push towards that. And the way to push towards that is offering an incentive financially. But yeah, sometimes it is one-offs.
Yeah. So obviously, you've talked a lot about some of the digital products that you've been able to offer. We are wearing 2 of our physical products from offkeysupply.com, a company that us three musketeers, if you will, created together. I just thought it would be cool to at least just explain what we've learned, and at least from your perspective, what we've learned in the physical product realm, right? Just because
how transparent should we be?
I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, our audience can appreciate it because I think, should they want to create their own products, I think it's just stuff to be mindful of, how different it is from the digital product space. If they can create digital products, why maybe that's, a good route to take, right?
Digital products are way better in my opinion.
Straight up.
Because there's just zero overhead, right? And you make it once and it's completely passive income, more or less, So t-shirts and products are a lot harder. It's a lot harder to ship we have an international audience, like all of us. You can show to anybody. And that's the beauty of a digital product. It's just a click of the button and they could buy it wherever. Also, we made a few mistakes and many people do this by buying too much product up hand and then not being able to sell it. So probably we should have done pay and then we'll that's what I do with mouse pads with Larry O when we do those drops. He has an actual mouse pad machine and does it all himself. So we
got 3 mouse pad orders. We're making 3 mouse pads.
Yeah. But no, we get some. But there's also problems with that because it takes 6 weeks to get it. People are emailing me all the time where's my mouse pad? I'm canceling for my credit card company. And no offense to anyone, but people don't read. You could put it 10 times.
You could put 6 weeks.
10 times. I can email you over and over again and telling you, updating you. But it's kind of Amazon's fault because they made things so fast and products are so hard. Because
this isn't going to be here by 8 a.m. tomorrow? What the fuck?
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I just ordered it.
Cancel the order.
Small businesses just can't keep up with that. And people are going to expect that.
Yeah, I would say the one thing that we have done well, because we've done a lot of things wrong, I would say the one thing we have done well is our lead times are actually pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. We've typically, we've had some issues.
Yeah, but we haven't had 100 people buy at a time.
No, exactly. I think that because it's been kind of slow roll, that's made it a lot easier. But I will say that that's been one thing that I think we've gotten down pretty well. But yeah, I think just, being mindful of the cost benefit analysis that comes into play when it's all right, we're going to get a price discount if we buy in bigger bulk, but is this proven to be able to sell and how quickly can it be, and storing
and it's
inventory is an issue, all these different things.
Let's say we get 100 orders tomorrow. That means you are packaging 100 orders.
I'd gladly do it.
Yeah, I know you would, but that's a lot of work. Let's say it sounds cool the first time, but then if it's happening all the time,
I think it'd still be fine.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. I just feel it gets overwhelming, and I really care about customer service, so I feel very bad when people are angry with me, and I'm always responding right away, and then sometimes things just get out of your control. Whereas with a digital product, it's just a lot easier. So I definitely.
But people want things.
They do want things. Even with my Logic Pro book, someone was like, "Can you make a giant rug of
Oh yeah, I saw this."
And I'm like, well, how am I gonna make a giant rug?
No, you should make one. Make one of a kind.
And then auction it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's not a bad idea.
Do it. She's thinking.
We'll take 5% for the idea.
Henry, we've entered a final segment of the podcast.
Let's go.
Sabrina, buckle the fuck up. Oh, God. This is what he's been waiting for. His rampage shot.
This is the rapid fire rampage.
Let's go.
Sides.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3-part rampage. We're going to start with some short answer questions.
Okay.
I'll explain the other 2 parts as we get there. Let's get into it. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
To learn a new super cool Logic Pro tip was the correct answer.
Here's a super cool Logic Pro tip.
Can we actually get you saying...
Yeah, just do it
Can we get
perfectly.
a drop? Look into this camera.
Oh, okay. Here's a super cool Logic Pro tip.
I think that's the hook for the video. That might be the intro.
No, there were so many good hooks, bro.
I know. That was a good
So
one
many
too.
epic moments. I was like,
For sure.
just hearing the hook playing out. Anyways,
For sure. What has been your favorite and least favorite part of being a professional music creator, content creator thus far?
Okay, favorite part is all of the friends I've gotten to meet along the way.
Look at us. Look at us here.
She didn't say us.
Well, she looked at us.
I think the least favorite part is like the fear of always being shot.
Being in the public eye.
Like assassinated?
Literally.
Like with a gun.
Whoa.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know people were that intense.
I
about
told you
Logic
I
Pro
already got
tips.
a death
threats.
threat.
It's true.
I know.
Yeah.
There's some
producer.
really weirdos out there. And when like 1 million people are watching you across all the channels,
It's
like
a lot of pressure.
it's freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
As much as I want like another 8 million plus video, like just racial comments and just all the
Yeah.
things. It's just random.
Like
where
she
you're
said,
just like-
haters means you're winning.
I know,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm going to remember that for always.
Until you die.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Got dark.
You're only allowed to use 3 words for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Which words would you pick to use?
I love you.
I was about to say Logic Pro tip.
Oh, it's way better. Hers is way better. She chose
Logic Pro
positivity.
tip.
But then she can't say the tip. If that's,
She could show it.
I love you's way better. Positivity. She chose positivity. You must choose one song to play every time you walk into a room. What's your walk-in song? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah, you can.
You absolutely can.
You got this.
No. Can we come back to this one?
One song.
One song forever?
Yeah, every
No.
time.
You walk
No.
into a room.
No.
You have to.
Come on. First instinct.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Ethan Martin's song because I want to hear his voice.
Oh,
Okay, what song?
That is
What song? Can't Get Me Out.
that is so cheesy.
It's love.
God, from I
Have you
Love
heard
You.
his song yet? Though you don't know.
Okay, it might be worthy of a walk-in song, but there's
No,
there's a lot
it
more
literally
I'd probably
says,
choose.
"Can't get me out of your head, like of my hair," and I want him to think about me. It's not about me, but
That's
Oh.
nice. I like that. I
Okay.
think this is a good one. Besides, give us your 3 best tips, just the easiest things that people can do right now to level up their content game.
oh, okay. Make sure that your videos are like have a space on the top so you can add your text here. Don't have any ums or spaces in it. No millennial pauses.
Millennial pause.
And every 2 to 4 seconds, have something change.
Ooh.
Yep.
See, so that 3 seconds of the overlay was fine.
No, I'll show her the clip and see what she thinks.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
Like, just can we use her as like a third party from now on?
Moving on.
When we need to settle debates.
You always can use me
Thank
as a
you,
third
please,
party.
please.
All right. We do need a tiebreaker.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, this dude is fucking tripping, bro.
But will you guys actually listen to me?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Because just at that
Who
point,
else are we going
I
to?
find-
We're already,
I find
we're
like-
already,
we're
tied.
already just like this. So it's like someone's got to, someone's got to break through.
Someone's got to give.
It's not Henry.
All right. So look, you just bought a yacht.
Yes.
Okay.
What do we name the yacht?
SEIDS was here.
Ooh.
Sides was here.
I thought because like typically it'd be like the SS something. Her initials are SS. So there's something there. I don't know what the joke is, but the SS.
SS Voyage.
Ooh, well,
Voyager.
that's like a Star Trek ship.
Yeah, I love Star Trek.
So does my dad.
I meant Star Wars.
Oh God, this. Okay.
Last one with the short answer. What is your favorite curse word?
I don't like them.
That's perfect. Move on.
I don't use curse words, but I think cunt is in right now.
Whoa!
Oh, for someone who doesn't
Who
use
saw that
curse
coming?
It's because I like Chapel Roan.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Keep it hot.
That was amazing. That might be the clip.
That might be the
No,
intro to the
no.
whole episode.
We're sending that to mom and dad
No.
because
It's in right now.
it's in.
That was fire.
Trendsetter.
We're moving on to the this or that portion. I'm going to give you 2 choices. You just have to pick one.
Okay.
Starting with Logic Pro or any other fucking DAW?
Hello.
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 Fuck you, other DAW.
Bye, Studio One.
Get out of here. PreSonus, Avid, whoever the fuck makes FL Studio. I don't care about you. We do, but if you want to
FL Inc., I think, is the company.
if you want to sponsor us, though, hit us up.
Okay.
All right.
Stop pandering to all these potential sponsors.
I'm trying to keep our options open.
Okay.
Singing or producing?
Producing.
Dirty bathroom or dirty studio?
How dirty are we talking?
Bad.
Dirty bathroom.
Ooh. Wait in the merch line or see the opener?
The opener. The opener is usually good.
Sometimes.
Keep TikTok or ban TikTok?
Keep TikTok.
YouTube video or podcast?
YouTube video. Sorry, guys.
No, come on. We're going to win on YouTube.
Manifest.
Yeah.
Sandwich with chocolate sauce or salad with jelly beans?
Sandwich with chocolate sauce.
Meditate or skydive?
Meditate.
Permanently sing instead of talk or permanently skip instead of walk?
Skip.
And finally, go back to singing on cruise ships full time or leave the music industry.
Singing on cruise ships.
Oh, God. She's
It's in her.
doing it.
She's got to do something.
Can't take it out of
She's
her.
got the music in here. It's deep in here, man. It's not going anywhere.
Hey, man. I believed it.
That's right. The final section is the word association. I'm going to say one word. You just have to give me the first word off the top of your head.
Okay.
As little thought as possible works best here. Rampage! Starting with music,
Notes.
coffee,
Beans.
heart,
Warm.
AI.
Tools.
Everyone giggles throughout this segment. by
Ben,
the
you're
way.
muted. Shut up. You're muted. I'm sick of you. Butterfly,
Wings.
logic,
Pro.
thief,
Night.
zodiac,
Sign.
avocado,
Pit.
crypto,
Market.
bro,
Hoe.
lil.
Pick.
Here's a super cool.
Tip.
Oh, my God. This has
Fast as fuck.
This has been a super cool interview.
Hell yeah.
With your favorite Logic Pro producer, content creator, entrepreneur, social media expert, Sabrina Seidman, aka SEIDS, in the building. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you fuck with this interview. We are here each and every week. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks
Thanks
for
for
traveling
having
all the way from Las Vegas and New York to see the One More Time podcast.
Yes.
Boop, boop.
Until next
Thanks,
time, Henry,
Henry.
what are we doing?
Getting out of here.
Peace.
Pop that shit like one more time. And pop that one more time. Pop that shit like